Hey, what's up, Emerald Coast? I'm RJ Murdoch. This is Chris Seaman, and hope you had a happy and good and safe
Where's
Memorial
that
Day.
sound coming from? It's coming from my cell phone. So I'm trying to share a post. Just trying to get my act together after a holiday weekend, RJ. That was exhausting. I'm still numb from pressure washing.
Well, that's right. And most of us, maybe everyone else but us, probably went out to the boatings and the beach.
No, I'm on a 20-foot ladder doing pressure washing. Yeah, we'll talk about it when we do the shameless plugs. I'll throw in a new possible sponsor you've got. But I'm painful. Why is it pressure washing is great for 10 minutes? And then for 7 hours and 50 minutes, it absolutely sucks.
It's a good workout just for like that first 10 minutes and after that. And then after that,
it's terrible. It's cool seeing dirt come off going, hey, this is neat. Yeah, this is cool. Algae just disappears and then crud.
On, it's kind of like, will this ever end?
You take out an anthill and, oh, this is great. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute. I've got to do this whole building and I got to climb on that ladder. So anyway, I'm done complaining. That's why I'm sore and slow. And anyway. Happy post-Memorial Day.
Post-Memorial Day,
26th
the day
of May.
After 26th of May.
Yeah, so it's a slow day in the paper.
I was like, I went to go look at the paper today. It's like, is there anything to talk about? No, let's just go to Monday's
we rescued 11 people. Okay, so there's 11 people out there in the past that get rescued by Coast Guard and by other boaters, and that, kudos to them. But, be careful, people that are out there quickly wanting to be part of Crab Island and Noriega Point and the jetty beaches all along there because they're dredging. And so as we get bigger crowds and people take crevices to find a space to be, there's new currents, there's new issues out there to be concerned about, and as we're continuing to dredge. So as we get a lot of traffic, it's gonna create more possibilities. So I just noticed that. So first of all, thank you to the first responders out there, and thank you to the some of the boaters out there that rescued some people, because that's a factor. So that was a big thing out there. It was packed.
Yeah, well,
town was packed.
My day was basically, most of it was all in the morning, was just prepping for, well, actually it was in today's paper. No, not that one. About the memorial service over at the Beale Memorial Cemetery.
You did that live yesterday? That was nice?
Typically, like at the most, they probably have maybe a few hundred people show up with that. But because of the COVID situation, and they wanted to keep social distancing, they didn't want anybody to come and gather like that. So they actually approached the city of Fort Walton Beach, who approached me to go ahead and do the live stream of it.
How many people did you have?
On the live view?
Mm-hmm. That's the point. You want to brag, don't you?
At the end.
How many people?
5,000.
How about?
Within that, it
was
about an hour-long program.
Now, not everything COVID-related is a negative thing.
No,
so
I think
sometimes the things are very positive.
Well, from that perspective, I think that, like for the churches, our church from now on, even when they're coming together, they're always going to be live streaming. So everybody's kind of got into the live streaming aspect. I think it's going to be part of the norm now.
It takes away people's fear.
It does.
It takes away your fear of the actual technology.
And the shut-ins as well.
Well, you lose your own fear of seeing yourself on screen. You're used to it. You're a TV star. You've been on many things. You've been on Broadway stages and all, from what I saw last week. So as you get acclimated to seeing yourself, and as you get acclimated to trusting the technology, we start to find that the technology has been there for the last decade.
Yeah.
But you're right. Churches have gone exponentially more interaction, at least people tuning in.
And it used to be where they can only get onto the local cable access.
Correct.
The only way they would be able to get on TV, and then it was very limited, but now everybody can stream.
Which is the premise of this show, because we lost cable access to local talk. So here we are going, what's up, Emerald Coast? We're going to talk about what's going on in the community.
Yeah, and we get an opportunity, like in the past, where we never really could, like bring people into a studio because they're just too busy. But now with the whole Zoom technology and everything else, and FaceTiming, Skype,
so we've got a great Zoom guest today. But RJ, think about it. All the technology that we've got, you've got it right here in this wonderful studio, and people are coming in here and seeing what we're talking about, and we're getting upwards of a dozen followers now, and
Let's go to shameless plugs.
So therefore, as you do our shameless plugs, there's opportunities as people want to come on board. We'll talk about you for a small fee. I mean, RJ already makes me work. I got to clean the studio and the bathrooms down the hallway just to be on the show.
Yeah.
But with some other sponsors coming on board.
This is his only job right here.
My only job is to bring coffee.
Bring coffee and
thank you,
close
Moss
the door to the studio.
It wasn't free today, so it doesn't have a logo. See, there's a reason why, Jim, over there when it's...
This could be a generic coffee.
Yes. So with your tech skills, you can put a logo on there. It could be, you could sponsor this coffee.
Well, speaking of
if
logos,
I bury it in the green room, look back here, it could be sponsored. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, every time I drink my Mountain Dew, it just blends into the background.
There you go.
Hey, if you're watching us live right now on Facebook, you're watching us on the Emerald Coast TV Facebook app, or Facebook page, but we also do go live on YouTube, Roku, and Amazon Fire all at the same time. And while you're there, feel free to like the page, but we really want you to go to the What's Up Emerald Coast Facebook page.
That's right.
Because we're trying to build a following there. So that
more than just our two mothers. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, and then this probably was a very popular place this weekend. What do you think?
That was a little crazy out there, and new website's coming. But I appreciate everybody going to posting pictures and all on there. But Crab Island was covered up, and from what I saw and what everybody I talked to, it's almost like it wasn't just the normal. I was out there quite a few years doing a lot of promotions with Hallenbach and doing some fun stuff out there, chicken fights and wiffle ball for kids and stuff. But I think you had this perfect storm of great weather, ironic there as I transitioned from perfect storm into great weather. And then it was Memorial Day weekend, and everybody has been technically kind of cooped up and ready to get permission. The green light turned on, and we didn't really just trickle our way back out into Crab Island. We came in a fleet. So the fleet was out, and I still raise concerns, at least yellow flags, about being aware of what's going on. We shall see if, for the science debate, if you will, if the effect that may have. But it was great to see the Panhandle, Emerald Coast, getting back to business. And it's happening all over the country. Yeah. There's a lot of people that, you go from what's essential businesses to what are the, oh my God, that's not necessary. And then it's the matter of question of, is that necessary, and it's not for you and I to debate that unless you want to. I'm happy to. But there's a lot of businesses and a lot of church services opening back up, for example, yet bars are still not open.
I mean, and with our church, it's like every other pew was empty.
Yeah.
Everybody was required to wear a mask. They were not handing out for donations. You had to put it in the back. Hand sanitizer when you first come in. And then those who wanted to stay home, the live stream is
still available.
St. Mary's is doing a really good job with the live stream.
Well, good on them. That's the way. I guess that's the best way we can do it, because all you can do is the best you can possibly do to then minimize the social impact of doing something wrong.
Well, and speaking of social impact and business trying to get back together, our guest right now,
how about it?
One of those businesses that were affected.
I thought you just called me fat today, so you're like, I'm going to bring in somebody that runs
not
a
after
gym.
all that pressure washing.
Yeah, I actually lost 2 pounds pressure washing, so I was very proud. But it's not quite the same as if Lindsey actually works you over, and that's what it's about.
Speaking of Lindsey, let's go ahead and bring in our guest right now. This is Lindsey Gowing with the Rockstar Fitness Kickboxing.
Right.
I can see all that kickboxing stuff going on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit. You guys, we got a chance to get introduced to your business yesterday, or not yesterday, last week, when Gareth Stern did an early morning Facebook Live as you're putting signs out in front of your business saying, hey, our fitness place is open.
Finally.
So how have things been since that moment in time?
Yep, so I was really worried when we first opened the doors, because I just really wasn't sure how everybody was going to perceive being open, because you've got people that really just aren't ready to get back out yet. So I wasn't sure if people were going to show up or if it was going to be really dead. But as the week picked up, I realized there's two kinds of people that aren't ready to get out yet, and so they're still working out virtually from home, and then people that just don't care and they're just ready to come in. So we've been following CDC guidelines. We have 20 bags you can see there in the background, but we're really only allowing 10 people in, so it's every other bag, and I'm doing the best I can. It's one of those situations where you can't force people. You know, if I spent the whole class saying you're more than 10 or 6 foot from them, you've got to, everybody's got a social distance. I would spend the whole class keeping people away from each other.
Right.
So we do the best we can. We sanitize the bags, the floor, every surface everybody touches, the doorknobs, everything, and that's really just the best you can do,
So is your facility mostly class type of setup as opposed to machines and equipment that sit around and you would have to make sure people clean off the machine? I see right here it's mostly class. So you're actually speaking to your guests and talking to them so you can say, hey, this is why we're doing it, to be socially aware.
Yep, and check it out. We're all wearing gloves already. See there?
Now, if we all wore those gloves, society would be, we would probably solve all the problems in society. If everybody wore those gloves and maybe some headgear, that would be fantastic.
I just think this is the coolest fitness thing I've ever seen before. I've never seen,
and
I've
you know
done
what?
a bag before, but not like running through like obstacle course of some sort.
Yeah, it's a great stress reliever. I mean, people have been cooped up for 2 months. They're ready to hit something, so we're providing that.
So you just made a very strong case for being a very essential business. The fact that people being cooped up, you could have been all that time, one at a time, letting people go through and just to take out some tension. That probably would have gone very well.
Yeah.
So give me a little more detail, because part of this is you described two groups of people. Those that don't care, and you talked about that you have the role of reminding them to care in there. I'm going to ask you two questions. One about that group of people, but I want to ask about the other group first. The ones that are still home, working out, not ready. So tell us more about what you're doing so they feel like Rockstar Marketing is where they want to be. Because as we come out of the premise of the show has been post-pandemic world and here in the Emerald Coast, and how we're making our businesses kind of compliant. What you wipe down the bags and all. What do you require guests to wear masks that are in there?
I mean, they can if they want to. It's really hard in there to require people to wear masks just because it's such like strenuous cardio. I mean, it's really like I always tell people the purpose of our gym is that we have members that are in their teenage years, and then we have members in their 60s. So our workout is a great workout for any fitness level, any age group. We try to, everybody can make it what they want it to be, as intense or as not as intense as they want it to be. But those that are in there getting that really intense workout, if they have to wear a mask, I mean, I don't know that I could wear a mask for 3 hours. It would be tough for me. I don't know.
What you're referencing is the breathing as you get busy and doing what, if I was in there working out and you were pointing out how far out of shape that I still am, even though I swim a mile every day and I've lost 22 pounds. I'm
pressure washed.
I'm not ready to go punch all those bags back there. But if I was, I would be tremendously struggling to breathe wearing a mask.
Yeah, it's a tough workout. Even when we were on the lockdown and everything, we did workouts at the landing so we could all spread out. Of course, I did virtual workouts and opened up a private group on Facebook. Everybody kind of did that, but it's hard. It's just not motivating.
Sure.
I think most people will tell you that it kind of stunk having to work out during quarantine alone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I definitely can hear that because my wife is a dance instructor and she had to all of a sudden change her whole aspect of just doing a Zoom type of class, and it's just not the same when you can't give correction right there physically for folks.
Right.
Now, have you, as you've made these adjustments, and what you're referencing is, you get done with the class and you're cleaning, or you're literally cleaning the whole gym practically before you bring in another group of people?
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you had to hire anybody else to help, or is that just the staff you have is happy to stay busy and do that?
Yeah, I really don't have staff. I teach most of the classes. We were joking earlier. I have a twin sister that sometimes I'll pull the old switcheroo and have her come in and help me teach. But
that is great.
It's a thing that
Lindsey do all those classes in one day,
right? It's magic. I'm magic. I'm just good like that.
She's in great shape.
Right. No, so I have a lot of family that comes in and helps me. Yeah. And my 15-year-old, of course, she's wants to make some more money, so she's like, what can I do to help out in the gym? So she came in this morning and helped me clean before we left. So it's good.
let me transition off the COVID world. I'm sure you're happy to hear those words, because we get tired of, we debate it constantly, and so But let's go back. When I met you, you were one of the hardest working people I knew over at the convention center.
Thank
You had the unfortunate job of dealing with me, bringing events and stuff in there. And I thank you. One retro thank you. But talk to me a little bit about the transition to being an entrepreneur. I remember the day you told me you were leaving, and I was sad to see you go because I know what you brought to the building. But when you told me what you were doing, the entrepreneur in me said, "Oh, how excited I am for you." Looking back, I'm going to bet, what was the toughest thing you've had to deal with, perhaps? I don't want to ask if you had any necessarily regrets, but if you do, what would they be? But what were some of the tougher things you had to deal with? And then what's the most rewarding part out of what you've taken on now?
Yeah, so I think toughest things are probably, obviously when in my past jobs, you're always guaranteed that paycheck, but when you own your own business, man, you got to fight for it. You know what I mean? You got to do everything you can to make your business successful. Yeah, right? Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of work, but I like it. I like that I get to decide, I get to make my own decisions. Like if I'm going to do a marketing plan, I put it together and then I'm the one that says, yep, that's good. And little things like that. And like, I joke, I'm like, I can take a paperclip or a Post-it home and nobody, nobody can tell me. Right, yeah, nobody's turning me in.
Fair enough.
My paperclip. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny, but yeah, I love it. I don't regret it for a second. I really enjoy doing this and I really love helping people and it's been good. Yep.
And you've been doing it for about how long now?
So I started in 2018, August of 2018. Yeah, I left my other job then, and then so yeah, been doing it ever since. And I actually had a partner when I started, and then he went and opened another Rockstar Gym up in Auburn, right outside the university. So I bought him out last year. So it's been mine for a little over a year now.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
As you started in 2018, had somebody said, hey, by the way, you're going to have about 2.5 months of your future here that you're going to have to shut down and make some major adjustments, what would you have thought that at that point in time?
Right. Who would ever have known? I know. Right before the shutdown, we had just put brand new flooring in the gym.
Right.
I was down in Key West for spring break. Literally, we drove back on a Thursday, and then the gym shut down Friday. So you're already having like the, oh, I'm so sad vacation's over, and oh my gosh, I'm so sad my business just shut down. So it was pretty scary.
Yeah. As a new business, though, you should be qualified for some state or federal help. How has that experience been for you?
Yeah, so I did get the EIDL loan that came out. I got the grant for that, the grant portion. It was $1,000, I think, per employee. So since I don't have any employees, I only got $1,000.
Okay.
But it was really tough because
you didn't go me, myself, and I. That's $3,000.
I know, right?
You got to work on it.
Yeah, it was tough because if you don't have employees, like the PPP loan, I didn't qualify for because I forget how many you had to have for that one. But another one came out this morning, so I'll be applying for that one this week. But,
okay.
Yeah. And we had a lot of local support
the city has one as well, yeah.
So okay, well, that's good because I root for you. I hope you get all that you deserve because I do know how hard I personally know how hard you've worked to make that place fly.
Thank you.
I commend you for doing that, for surviving a pandemic, and keeping your business going. That makes you a rock star. So your place is named appropriately. And,
so go ahead and give us your location and how people can find out more information about your facility and yourself and your classes and everything else.
Yep. So we are located just south of Sam's Club on Beale Parkway. We're right in that little plaza with the vacuum center and Boost Mobile, State Farm. And you can reach me at my phone number, 850-803-6200. Or check us out on Facebook, Rockstar Fitness Kickboxing, or our website, rockstarfitnesskickboxing.com.
So last question, as you go forward and you see the rest of 2020, half the year has gone by, what's in store for Rockstar Marketing as whether things get back to normal, and I'm air quoting that, hopefully you can see that, or if they just continue with much of the same? Or do you see changes in what your business model was, or do you just one day at a time and keep plugging along with what you're doing?
Yeah, kind of one day at a time. Right now I'm really praying that we don't have a second wave. Everybody's calling it season 2. I'm praying there's not a season 2, and that we are not doing this again in the fall. I don't know how many businesses are going to survive this again.
Right.
We've been really fortunate. I'm working with an ad agency down in South Florida, and we're doing 10-day free passes right now for anybody that wants one. If you've not been, if you're even past members, we're offering them up to get everybody, back in the gym. And it's been like going really well this week. So if anybody's interested in that, obviously get on our page, message me or whatever. But we've gotten a lot of new members this week. And so we're grateful. I'm hoping that we continue on that road. It's been a better week than I could have ever thought, because honestly, like I said, I was really concerned when we opened that people just aren't ready to get out yet.
Sure.
And so, like I said, it's kind of been half and half, but better than I expected. So that's good.
What's the minimum amount it takes to get in your gym?
The minimum amount. Oh, as far as the membership
aside
cost?
from a 10-day pass, what would, if I walked in right now today and said I want to be a member, what's that gonna take from me?
We have all kinds of different rates. Everybody before the pandemic, we've always, since we've been open, since the gym opened in 2017, given 2 free classes for anybody that walked in the door that was new. So you can always come try it out and see if it's for you. But we have monthly memberships. We have 6-month and 12-month memberships. You could just pay $15 and do a drop-in rate. But I would say 90% of our members are all annual or 6-month members.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I think, RJ, this is a perfect example of what you want post-pandemic. Her business is ideal. I'm going to go make pizza. So, of course, in my mind, I'm trying to figure out how I can trade Lindsey pizza for membership. And
don't feed my members pizza.
I don't want to. And I realize
really good,
I'm in conflict with your clientele. Okay, I get it. In fact, I can probably recruit you members from going, hey, man, you're eating too much of my food. I appreciate it, but you need to go to Lindsey and start eating salad. That's me. But I'm also looking at this as, from a marketing point of view, and that's the perfect thing. The best thing I got out of what she said is most people, having been cooped up, they want to come take out their frustration.
That right there.
Whether with a loved one or whether it's with some
it's
just
not
the world.
Fitness, it's therapy.
It's therapy.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I swim. It's therapy as much as it is a workout. So Lindsey, I think getting that, my opinion, I don't know much about marketing, but my opinion on getting the message out of what you do. That's the biggest selling point right there is it's not just going, when you hear fitness, people think right now you're coming out of being cooped up. People probably gained weight, probably. But now if you sell this idea of come just beat the crap out of these bags and just, we'll give you the gloves. We'll give you the gym by yourself so you don't have to wear a mask, whatever it takes to get people to realize they can come in there and just de-stress.
You can have a private session of some sort.
That's fantastic.
That's right.
So all the best to you. I'm really proud of what you're doing over there.
Yeah, and thanks for coming on out here and sharing us with your story there. And I'm going over there.
RJ's going after it. Yeah, he's going today. I can see it right now.
Classes
he needs it
tonight.
That's
all
fantastic.
right, so I'm going to go check out the Facebook page, find out what the times are, or the website, or something like that. So that'd be kind of cool. So, thank you for coming down and joining us in Studio 2. We can hear you right behind us over here. But it's been great having you down here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
That's it.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Well,
that
was kind of cool. Unless, of course, you want to find out what national day.
I want to know what I got to do today.
What do you got to do?
I know there's got to be. Right after the gym talk, there's got to still be a national food of some kind.
There's always a national food of some
That's
sort.
my first job. I have
National
no desire for
Blueberry
blueberries. No.
Cheesecake Day.
Speaking of entrepreneurs,
it looks like a pizza.
It does. But my first job ever was picking blueberries and selling them at my grandmother's farm when I was 10. So I'm done with blueberries. I've retired.
You're retired. Well,
I'll eat the cheesecake part, and then I'll go to the Rockstar Fitness.
On this next one, I really wanted to show you my, the top of the line. I was like a crazy fanatic when it came to paper airplanes.
There you go. We could have that competition. We could have that. Oh, you probably already have one.
No.
Let's not do it now. Let's not do it now.
There we go. How fast can we? Your favorite?
No, I'm not. I got a special design. Is that all of our days, RJ? Because we're gonna fade out the show as you're doing paper.
That's pretty much it.
That was it today.
I'm gonna fly out of here.
That's it. So speaking of therapy, RJ builds paper airplanes, and we're gonna go to Rockstar Fitness.
Exactly. All
That's
right.
fantastic.
Well, even though the cups don't say it, thank you for much.
Thanks, Jim, for the Moss coffee over there.
Right, and then
Is that it for Tuesday?
I think that's it for Tuesday.
All right, not much news to talk about, so everybody, it's a rainy day, so get caught up from the weekend. Get ready for the next. It's gonna be crazy again this weekend, I guarantee you. Because here's the one thing I got out of everybody: the people that didn't want to come down for Memorial Day, knowing the normal craziness, are coming this weekend. So I think we're gonna have the best post Memorial Day weekend ever on the Emerald Coast.
All right, welcome back to the traffic.
Stay rational, my friends.
And make smart choices.
Yeah.
I sound like my dad. Make smart choices.
You do sound like your dad, paper airplanes and all. He gives me the piece of paper with the staples in it. See, that's not going to work.
Well.
All right.